Hello everyone, Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, outside at the Siege of Transformation. So I always did a lot of readings outside in the garden, etc. And this summer I have not, mostly due to the fact that it was either raining or too freaking hot. So we just, the remnants of Hurricane Ida just passed over our head last night, dumped a lot of rain. There were tornado watches in effect. We did not have a tornado here as far as I know in Wareham. I'm not even sure if any actually landed around here. I think maybe Plymouth might have had a landing of some sort, but and I haven't done a whole lot of card readings, mainly because my life was such that I had a lot of things to handle and deal with, and as much as I wanted to do card readings, I just couldn't have the time. I didn't have the time. Taking care of my mom, who is now being taken care of in a nursing home, which has been a blessing to both her and to me. After many years of taking care of her. And also I was teaching 3 classes and you know, trying to keep you know, a business afloat in a pandemic. And well, you know the story. I don't really have to explain it to you guys. So I have been doing a few card readings again, and I did get a request to take a look at how the Biden administration is going to do, or how they're doing. And I'm going to do a Celtic cross on it, because that'll put us out for about anywhere from 6 months to a year. Of course, we know that there are a lot of problems that we have between climate change and voting rights and women's rights and Black Lives Matter and the border situation and Afghanistan and the pandemic and the maskers and the anti-maskers and the vaxxers and the anti-vaxxers. So this administration is in a unique position, perhaps, and at a time when America is truly here to redefine itself. So numerologically, Joe Biden is the 46th president. Oops. Okay, so I might be doing that a lot because that was a mosquito. A big one. The 46th president. And of course, Trump was the 45th president. Okay, 45 reduces to a 9, which means that on a certain level, Trump's presidency was the culmination of a 9-year cycle. And that cycle actually began in oh God, would have been the 40. Okay, hold on, I have to do math in my head. I probably should have. 9 presidents. He was the 45th. Obama was the 44th. Bush was the 43rd. Clinton was the 42nd. Bush was the 41st. 4 was Reagan. 39 was Jimmy. '38 would have been Ford. 37 was 37 was Nixon, maybe. If you look at it from that perspective, which I just did right this minute and hadn't looked at it before, but it kind of makes sense, you know. Start with a criminal, end with a criminal. If my math and my history is correct. But let's that's the past, and it's not about the past really, it's about the present moment. And in the present moment we have the 46th president, which is Joe Biden, who has a plethora of planets in his 12th house, all of them in Scorpio. He has a Sagittarius rising, which makes him pretty optimistic looking. The ruler of his chart is Jupiter in Cancer in the 8th house. So he is sort of, he has a tendency to want to take care of people that he's in relationship with. And he really is, I think, he talks about healing the soul of America, which is just in time because America is in the middle of its Pluto return. And Pluto in a chart is the soul of the nation. And we have Pluto in Capricorn. And in 2020, Saturn went over that point 3 times. How do I know? Because my Saturn is there. And because I'm an astrologer. And now in 2022, we're going to have 3 passes of Pluto over Pluto. But, you know, these long-term cycles, they happen over years and years and years. And the actual, we probably actually started to feel it in earnest when Pluto was at about 17 degrees of Capricorn, which was, I think, right around the time that Trump became president. So let's see how the Biden administration is going to do. I'm going to use the Druid Craft Tarot, which is one of my favorite new decks because I love the art. So let's see how Joe Biden administration is going to do. We'll say we'll say about the next year, but we'll see what the cards say because it might be shorter than that. We'll see. All right, we'll do a Celtic cross. Unfortunately, I can't pull the thing down and show you. You'll just have to trust me. We've been together a long time, guys. I think you know you can trust me. All right, let's see. So we have the Ace of Pentacles here to start. So this speaks to me of trying to get the economy moving again. This is new opportunities for the economy. In this card here, we have a bear coming out of its den. It's almost as if we've been asleep, and now we're waking up to the reality in which we find ourselves. And so there is a new view or a new potential to build. I know he says build back better, but it's not even really building back better, it's just building better. It's building for the new. It's building for the new situations that we find ourselves in. Let's see what's crossing that. The Three of Swords. This is heartbreak and betrayal and loss. I think that Joe Biden has historically been a team player. And sometimes when you're a team player, you go against the home team in a way, or you go against some of the things that your party perhaps traditionally would back. And so I think he's made a lot of compromises to the Republicans over his career. And I think the fact that the Republicans are just crazy and refuse to, well, I can't say help him in any way. They're actually just helping them. Anytime that looks like they're helping Joe Biden, it's just simply because they're helping themselves. Okay, that's just the nature of it. But I think he is brokenhearted about just how divided we are and how divisive things have become. But at the root of his administration is the need for healing and the need for balance. So the roots of the core of why he is president at this time really is about a healing. This is also this is the Temperance card actually in this deck. It's called the Feralt. It must be a Gaelic word, and it probably is not even pronounced that way, because that's how Gaelic is. A lot of letters, and it doesn't sound anything like it should. I had a boyfriend who, an ex-boyfriend who knew how to, I wouldn't say speak Gaelic, but he knew how to read it. He probably knew how to speak it. You could speak like so many languages. Jupiter in Gemini, a lot of languages. Plus he was a Pisces, so it was like a natural thing to be able to just sort of morph into another language for him. I have Pisces. I can only speak English. And in the background here, we see that there's a rainbow. The Temperance card is the path of the mystic. So in a way, I wouldn't have ever guessed this, that Joe Biden is somewhat of a mystic, but he certainly has had enough experiences in his life, and a connection to the higher realms, right? Okay, let's see what was in the past. So in the past, we have all the burdens, the Ten of Wands, and trying to climb the hill, carrying all these burdens. Let's see what's in the sky. We have rebirth. This is the card of awakening. We have a little child here coming out of a tomb. We have, usually it's the angel Gabriel blowing his horn, but here it's this maybe herald blowing the horn. And we have the rabbit here, and the rabbit is a symbol of rebirth. And so there is an opportunity for rebirth, for a great awakening. Let's see what's in the immediate future. The Three of Cups. So I see that he's going to get more help than he has in the past. I think that, I find that his presidency has been a very surprising one. It's not what I expected to see. I was not a proponent of him being the Democratic nominee, as most of you know. I'm a big Bernie gal, much more progressive. Liz Warren, Bernie Sanders, that kind of stuff. But I feel as though he is going to start to surround himself with people who are going to support him in what needs to be done. He's going to call in some favors, and I'm not sure there are going to be favors from the Republicans, but certainly this is a good card for the next 6 weeks. So he's facing some challenging things, but I think he's gonna have some good friends here. How it's seen from the outside, we have the Four of Wands, but upside down. The Four of Wands is a celebration, and I think upside down is a sense of no celebration. It's too early to celebrate. Okay, let's see the domestic situation. Okay, we have the Princess of Swords. The Princess of Swords is somebody who has to keep their ears open and be circumspect that there may be somebody in the camp that is not does not have your best interest at heart. He just really, I think, has to watch his back. Hopes and fears, the world, new beginnings, endings and beginnings, the ending of an old age, the beginning of a new age, and the outcome, the Nine of Pentacles. So that is, as it started with the Ace of Pentacles and ended with the Nine of Pentacles, I think that somehow they're going to find a way to stabilize things financially. Not really what I expected. The Nine of Pentacles is also a card associated with, the self-made person. Let's see what else comes up with this. We have the King of Pentacles. So a lot of pentacles here. And the Death card, transformation and change. It's interesting. I almost feel like these cards are talking to me about a transition of wealth to from the traditional sort of masculine holder of wealth to an appreciation of the feminine holder of wealth. The Nine of Pentacles is the self-made woman. She is in her garden and she is with her little falcon, which she can it's almost like a familiar. If you know what a familiar is, it's an animal that a person can sort of psychically connect with and look through the eyes of that animal, right? And so this is you know, sort of staying put, staying at home in your garden, but sending out your pet, you know, falcon to see what's going on here. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see what's underneath it. Okay, we have the Hanged Man. We have the Four of Pentacles. And we have the Four of Swords. So, all of these fours do deal with crisis. And there are certain things that he has the power to have influence over. Oops, sorry. He has the power to have influence over, and certain things that he doesn't. And I think that he has a deep understanding of that. This card is associated with the planet Neptune, and he has the South Node in Pisces. I think he understands that sometimes you just can't do something. And that it's important to look at things in a different perspective and see what you can do. That's actually something you would like to see in a leader. Here we have the Four of Pentacles. This is about keeping the coffers safe, but we don't know if this guy is taking out or putting in. And I would say he's taking out, but there's still plenty of resources here for this person. Or we think anyway, we hope. And then we have the Four of Swords, and this is really about sort of staying put. And I feel like he is going to stay. Biden is going to stay steady, and you know, like they make the jokes about, you know, him being in his basement and running a campaign from his basement. I don't think it's going to be very different from the way he has his presidency. He's going to be in the White House running the things and sending out the people that need to be sent out to take care of things. I feel as though he's very well equipped for this job. He's very well equipped for this job. So as far as the administration goes, it looks like there is a lot of there has been a lot of planning. There's a lot of good people. They came on the scene with a lot of problems, and I think that we're going to look back at his administration and realize it was one of the best ones in the modern history. You know, in the modern history. Yeah, it looks good actually, and it looks like it's based on healing and getting America back working and building things and making things and creating things and building up. Or, you know, building the foundations for a better future for our children, his grandchildren, you know, that kind of thing. So it looks good. So I know he's getting a lot of flack for Afghanistan, but I personally don't think he cares. I don't think he cares. Of course, you always have to worry about, when you go against the military-industrial complex, that somebody might take you out. But I didn't get that indication from these cards, even though I didn't really ask that question. But he does need to be careful. And he's not, he's not a fool. He's not going to say, oh, well, the military-industrial complex. He is going to continue to do things that I certainly don't agree with when it comes to, Afghanistan. But that might be another reading for another day. So that's what I see, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Like and subscribe. If there are any other questions you have, you can put them below or email me. The information is below and how to get a hold of me on my email. If the question resonates in a way that I think it's something that I could explore, I will. I can't promise I'm going to answer all of your questions, but I'm open to answering quite a few of them. Have yourself a great day. Like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Namaste.